Hi guys, I hope you're having a great day. I hope it's great on your end. It's great on my end. But today I want to talk about what to do when you're feeling frustrated, whether it's in business, marriage, life. What do you do when you're frustrated? When you feel like things are not going the way you want it to go. First thing I need you to understand is that this happens to everybody. Everyone feels frustrated at any point at all. People feel frustrated. It's a common thing, and you would always probably have more scenarios in your life where you feel frustrated. It happens to everyone. But really, what do you do about this? First thing I think anyone needs to do is you need to understand what exactly is frustrating you. It just simply means something is not going the way you want, all right? Or as fast as you want. Being able to rightly diagnose what the problem is kind of helps yourself have the problem. You now begin to understand what you're dealing with. So if you say you're being frustrated but you cannot pinpoint what exactly is causing that frustration, then that is where I think you should start your digging from. But the moment you're able to identify what is causing the frustration, whether it's a person or people or the team you're working with or the methodology you're using, one thing or a couple of things will be responsible for that. So being able to identify what that is will definitely be your first way to go. All right. Sometimes you may need to have discussion with your team members to actually share their opinion on what they think the issue is, and sometimes you might need to go do your research and stuff. When you have found out what a problem is, then the next thing you need to understand is what the gap is between where you're trying to get to and where you are. All right. So what's the gap? It could be a skill gap because maybe you're trying to get someone to do something, he's not doing it properly, and maybe what he needs is training. Skill gap, and that's the problem. And for someone else, it could be the team you're actually working with, or it could just be a particular person, or it be a methodology you guys are using. What exactly is the skill gap? What exactly is the gap rather that is causing the problem? So something just has to divide between what you're trying to do and where you're trying to get to is exactly what you're looking for. So you have to define what that gap is. All right. Sometimes it may be communication. Sometimes it may be processes you're using. What exactly is creating that void? You need to be able to find it. Then immediately after that, you need to talk to someone who is more knowledgeable in that area than you are, or you need to go for what it is that is missing. But I always advise talking with people because in the multitude of counsel there is safety. Talking to someone about the issues you're facing, he may even help you highlight more things that you were not paying attention to. He may help you understand more things that were not working the way you had in mind. But definitely talking to someone will help, right? Especially someone who is higher than you. It's always advisable to have a mentor, to have a senior friend who understands your area more than you do. If you do not have that kind of person, I would advise you begin to network and find someone now, because you will definitely hit those milestones, those roadblocks, those obstacles where you will need some kind of advice, some kind of pointer, some kind of guide, some kind of help to be able to help you get to where you're going to. All right. So talk to someone. Talk to someone who knows better than you. That is something you need to do. Talk to someone who knows much more than you do. Explain your problems to the person and hear what the person has to say and note down everything you need to note down. You can talk to more than one person. Nobody says you have to talk to one person. Sometimes what that means is you going on research online and maybe doing a course online or talking to, join a group or something, but just get the knowledge and the information you need to be able to handle the problem. When you're feeling frustrated, sometimes it doesn't stop at just talking to someone to help you solve the problem. Sometimes you also need to talk to people who would encourage you. All right. Sometimes in the midst of us trying to get things better and go for that, we tend to begin to forget where we are coming from and what we've been able to achieve through our years and the obstacles we've been able to overcome through our growing process. And you need people in your life who remind you, who would encourage you, who would fill you back up with positive energy, who would tell you can make this happen. And if you've done this and done that, then definitely you should be able to do this. Or you go for some kind of memory that something you've written down somewhere that reminds you of this. Summary of this is get encouragement. Okay. Talk with a support group is always good for you not to be alone now. You might be someone who is reserved, that's understandable, but always have that person or those group of people who you can talk to when you're down. It's so important. It's so important for your mental health to be in check when you're doing anything it is you're doing. The very next thing I think you should do is begin to re-strategize based on the new information you have or based on what people have pointed out as the issue. Begin to re-strategize. Find what you need to attend to right now and begin to attend to it. But one thing you must bear in mind is do not think that because you're trying to start something new, the goal has changed. The goal might remain the same, but the strategy needs to change. All right. Now, when that strategy is changing, what you need to bear in mind is make sure it is achievable. Do not set such gigantic goals you may not be able to even achieve anything at the end of the day, and you slip back into depression and discouragement. No, stay realistic. It's better that you're able to achieve milestones that are little and builds over time than trying to jump and fail and fall. It doesn't make sense. So I think what you need to do is to make sure that in fact, that might even be the reason why you are frustrated in the first place. You need to keep it short, you need to keep it simple, you need to keep it realistic. You need to keep the objective clear. The beauty of this is the more you use these skills and overcome obstacles, you find out that what it does for you is that it improves your capacity and capability in whatever it is you're working on. So it's one thing that you always be in mind and always use whenever you're having things. There might be other ideas you have. I'd like you to put them in the comment section, and hopefully we'll be able to update this video and help more people to overcome issues that are frustrating them. All right, have a great day. Take care of yourself.